moon phases. During the new moon and 3 days after it, animals forage at night, but closer to the full moon, they rest.
Tim's Omelette Bites. Real cheese, eggs, and sausage. It's delicious. High in protein. And 2 for only $3.99? We call that a win-win-win. Try Tim's new sausage and 4 cheese flavor today. Mix and match 2 for $3.99.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Bathway, the tub cutting people. Visit bathway.ca.
Fires in Saskatchewan and Manitoba and a massive amount of rain coming to Alberta. All of the details coming at you right here. First, let's talk about this. This is the Lobstick Fire. 19,000 hectares in size, and officials were trying to drop water on this fire throughout the day on Saturday, but they reported that the water bombers actually had to divert multiple times because of people still in the area and still in the backcountry. So that's why it is just so important to follow evacuation orders. You can just see the billowing smoke clouds coming out of this fire. Now, I also want to mention another evacuation. This is in Manitoba. So this is just on the top of Lake Winnipeg. Norway House Cree Nation declared a state of emergency on Friday, May 29th, as a wildfire has threatened this First Nation community. I want to bring in meteorologist Laura Power because, Laura, I want to talk about when the heat will break through this region. That wildfire that we were just looking at, Norway House, that was actually the hottest spot in the country, getting up to 34 degrees yesterday. We know a pattern is changing. We know huge amounts of rain are coming into Alberta. So we're going to talk about how that will affect the fires and when. But first, let's just recap the location of some of these fires just to give Canadians a bit of a visual here.
Absolutely, Rachel. We've got a couple of spots that we're keeping a very close eye on. As you mentioned, just outside Prince Albert, where we do have an evacuation alert in effect. This fire has grown upwards of 90,000 hectares. This is extremely large. And the other fire we're keeping a close eye on in Manitoba is the Norway House, where we also have an evacuation alert in place.
And Laura, you mentioned too in Prince Albert, the air quality is just horrible throughout the day today, right?
Yes, we're sitting at a 10 in the city of Prince Albert. Unfortunately, smoke in the air is really going to deteriorate air quality throughout your Sunday, unfortunately.
Okay, so we know a pattern change is coming. We are going to lose some of this extreme heat. We see a huge surge of moisture coming into Alberta. So let's time out this system, Laura, and then we're going to connect it back to some of these fires.
Absolutely. So we've got this low pressure system creating some troubles across the prairie provinces. Not only do we have extremely heavy convective rain across the province of Alberta, we also have the threat of some thunderstorms. A region of severe possible across southern of Saskatchewan, as well as up towards the Thompson area. You can see some of those purples there south of Cold Lake, where we do have the chance of seeing some strong thunderstorms, which could potentially spark up new fires when we have the threat of lightning. So here's a quick look at your thunderstorm forecast. But Rachel, the rainfall amounts are starting to reach the daunting level.
Absolutely, 100+ millimeters of rain. This is not good news for regions of Alberta, especially on the Bow and Elbow rivers, where flood alerts are already in place. Now, Laura, we know the rainfall is going to be significant with this, but we're also talking about the potential for some snow. So can you outline that and why snow could actually be a benefit here?
Absolutely. So we are seeing, with the frigid temperatures across the Rockies, we do have the chance at seeing some significant alpine snow accumulation, upwards of 50 centimeters for the highest peaks. Now, this is good news because it's actually going to mitigate some of the runoff into the rivers, streams, and lakes. So we do have high stream flow advisories for river levels to rise 1 to 2 meters with this incoming rain, but the snow will help mitigate some of the Bow River impacts.
All right, so we know a place like Calgary, very heavy rainfall through Sunday and through Monday. Winds will be horrible as well out of the north. When will some of this pattern move into Saskatchewan and Manitoba? I think that is the big question, especially for people facing fires right now.
Absolutely. Well, we're finally going to see a pattern change across the prairies. The first heat wave of the season is coming to an end as we head into the first couple of days of June. This will finally help clear out some of the air, Rachel. We're going to see temperatures cool off, but we're also going to see some much needed precipitation to regions throughout central Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
Patio, beach, trail. Know what sun you're walking into. Enjoy our UV forecast and sun protection tips.
In Indigenous folklore, a sundog predicts the weather will be cold and that rain or snow is approaching.
I have a new storm chase partner. What do you think?
And here's your drink.
Thanks.
New smash burgers at A&W, made with grass-fed beef, only for a limited time.
Dry, but want to keep scrolling your feed? Socialize? Sustain Complete creates a lubricating layer that temporarily locks in moisture for dry eye symptom relief. Moisturize.
The truck with road presence. The truck with a sport performance hood. 20-inch all-black aluminum wheels, rugged black grille, and it comes with an unsurpassed 10-year or 160,000-kilometer warranty. The new 2026 Ram 1500 Black Express, starting at $56,995.
Whenever they drink, and wherever they drink, whatever they may be drinking, and whoever they're drinking with, whether it's alcohol or drugs, impaired drivers pose a danger to us all. If you suspect an impaired driver, call 911 to report it as a crime in progress to the police. We call it Operation Lookout, and we want you to be part of it. Thanks for helping to keep our roads safe. A message from Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
New McCafe Refreshers. A rush of vibrant flavors. Icy cool and undeniably refreshing. Part of the new McCafe lineup from McDonald's.
In Cree culture, Cygnus constellation is called Niska, meaning the goose. It is visible during the traditional Métis spring-summer buffalo hunt.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area.
This local forecast is brought to you by Scott's Miracle-Gro. Satisfy your garden's hunger with Miracle-Gro.
City of Toronto hit 20 degrees on Saturday, and now today, the final day of May, and we are technically exactly where we should be. A seasonal day is upon us, a dry day is upon us. We got sunshine on our side. It's a perfect day to check out the Distillery District, head down to the lake. If you have a wedding today, you certainly hit the jackpot. Or maybe you're just doing something more simple, like walking the dog and just hoping it's warm. You've got that forecast, grab your sunscreen, the full details coming at you right here. You are watching the Weather Network on this beautiful Sunday. It is May the 31st today, and take a look at the beautiful views along Lake Ontario, Burlington. The skies were so clear, the lake was sparkling, and you can expect much of the same as we head into the day today. Look at some of the icons. There's no complaints when it comes to this forecast. 22 is technically where the City of Toronto should be on the first day of June. As you look back at decades of data, that is considered normal for this time of year. So I want to bring in meteorologist Laura Power. Laura, the part of this that maybe isn't so normal is how many consecutive days we are seeing staying dry and warm across the GTA. So let's get into this streak.
Absolutely. It's been a nice change of pace. We had quite a few wet days over the last couple of months. Now we are 6 days into our current dry streak. Now our longest dry streak over at least the last year was 11 days, dating back to September 26th into October 6th of 2025. Now, as we go into the first few days of June, Rachel, we're really not seeing much precipitation push in through the GTA.
Okay, so we're holding on to the dry streak. And of course, a dry streak is good. A rain void is okay because we've experienced so much rainfall, right? You don't want that to be your trend throughout the whole summer because that becomes a little bit too extreme. But for now, we can take it. Now, Laura, we do see a cold front moving across Quebec. I know Quebec does have a thunderstorm risk today. Could that bring any cloud cover into the GTA for today?
It'll inch in towards the GTA. It'll be more so eastern Ontario, east of the GTA. We could see a passing shower Monday morning with a little bit of cloud cover, but the story going forward is really just sunny skies. It's really nice to deliver some good news, Rachel. Our UV index for Sunday is at an 8 in Toronto, but if you're headed southwest, it's even higher with a 9 out of 10 and lots of hours of sunshine.
Oh my goodness. I am soaking this one up. Laura, I am off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That is my weekend, and I think I hit the weather jackpot there.
I think you hit it. Absolutely.
Okay, Laura, let's take a look at this map. May. We know May has been so below seasonal for the month of June, so we're finally getting into this above seasonal pattern. What are your thoughts on it? Is this sticking now going into June?
Oh, well, man, I hope so. May was so up and down, lots of days below. As you mentioned, a high of 20 on Saturday. That was a couple degrees below, but as we look forward, we're seeing a nice steady climb into the first few days of June. But you'll note that little bit of precipitation moving in on Friday could change some things.
All right, something to watch in the long-range forecast. Laura, you did a great job breaking all of this down for us. Some humidity also building too, so keep that in mind as you're packing the kids' lunches going off to school this week. Maybe some frozen water bottles or some frozen juice boxes will be needed. Temperatures are on the climb.
Plan ahead and stay safe with the best app built for our climates. Accuracy right in the heart of your neighborhood. Download Canadian.
To a perfect family vacation, separate rooms. Put the load right on me. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
Let's go. I want it all. Run it. Yeah. Run it. Ooh. Run it. Yeah. Run it. I want it all. Run it. Yeah. Run it.
Vibe? Check. I'm Poshmark.
Tim's Taste of the Globe. Here's lime cheesecake Timbit. Oh, chocolate creme brulee Timbit with a decadent takeaway. And fireworks Timbit scores! Pop it off in celebration! It's game on at Tim's with new Timbits in ice cap flavors from around the globe.
Still waiting to figure this out? End the waiting game. Felix connects you with a doctor online, so you can get an ED treatment plan that's right for you. Get started for free at felix.ca. Felix, we'll see you now.
Need help reducing the look of your dark spots? Nivea Luminous 630 Dark Spot Solution. 10 years of research, one patented solution. Reduce the look of dark spots and try Canada's #1 serum for luminous skin. 100% satisfaction or your money back.
Tim's Omelette Bites. Real cheese, eggs, and sausage. Delicious. High in protein. And 2 for only $3.99? We call that a win-win-win. Try Tim's new sausage and 4 cheese flavor today. Mix and match 2 for $3.99.
At Wayfair, delivery and setup can be as easy as, well, doing nothing. Room of choice delivery and fast expert setup.
That was fast.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
To provide feedback on our regional audio description weather reports or to report any barriers to enjoying our services, email us at accessibility@calmarex.com.
The month of June is on our doorstep, and we are still talking about snow across the country. I quickly just want to show you a few regions that, yes, could be tracking snow as we go into the first day of June. This cool pool of air over top of Alberta. You go up in elevation, and the way this Gulf moisture is moving into the province, it could be bringing significant alpine snow. I'm not saying this is going to affect you in Calgary. You do have a cold rain, though, but you go up in elevation, the alpine, yeah, we're still talking snow in the Rockies. Sydney, Nova Scotia, look at this. The last few days of May, 7.6 centimeters of snow at the airport. And now as we go into June, the cool air is still with you over top of Newfoundland. We do have a system coming through. Wind chills are back in place for St. John's, the Burin, the Bonavista, the Avalon. A wet snow is likely through the final hours of May, taking you into June. June is a summer month, but we all know it pretty much can snow any day of the year somewhere in Canada.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area.
We're social. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to see our trending content.
An update on the heat and fires.
Hot and dry conditions continue to dominate the central and eastern prairies. Mercury rising as fires take hold in parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Here, a massive pyrocumulus cloud forms near Prince Albert. That is as evacuation orders were issued from the nearby Lobstick fire. Ash-filled rain from the smoke column of those massive clouds formed from the heat rising in these fire-stricken regions. Fire bans are in place across the province. The Lobstick fire jumped a river, forcing many to evacuate. And farther east in the prairies, Norway House Northern Cree also taking precautions as wildfires continue to burn in the northern Manitoba First Nations. A state of emergency was called heading into the weekend before hundreds were also told to leave their homes.
We are closing off the month of May with another thunderstorm risk across Quebec. We're going to show you those risk maps coming up throughout the hour, and Atlantic Canada. Oh boy. The weather has been anything but ideal to bring out the backyard furniture and enjoy some time soaking up the sun. Unfortunately, we have snow. Yeah, some snow in the forecast for Newfoundland, and I'm going to break down the details right now. Oh man, Newfoundland. You know, in September, I think, okay, I could live in Newfoundland. You know, if there's not a hurricane, of course. I think that would be a nice place to be. But man, the spring in Newfoundland, I don't think so. I am not built for it, not for me. I want to show you the jet stream pattern. Of course, we've been focusing so much about the heat in Ontario, the huge plume of moisture coming for Alberta. But let's now go into the Atlantic provinces. Take a focus here, the trough. So what you're seeing is the dip in the jet stream. That's what we call a trough in the jet stream. That allows all of this cooler air to pool in. It's a below seasonal end to the month of May, and it's a below seasonal start to the month of June, unfortunately. Check this out here. Late season snow. Sydney Airport, Nova Scotia, 7.6 centimeters of snow on May 29th. That's not all that common, that's for sure, and it's not something you want to see, but unfortunately, it's not the end of the snow story, because I also want to show you this map too. We have a weak system that's tracking just south of the Atlantic provinces today, overnight into Monday morning, and that actually could bring some wet snow to the Avalon, the Burin, and the Bonavista. I know. Not much more I want to say about that one. We don't want to see this in June, but we know it can happen. So here's a look at those conditions as we look at Sunday afternoon. You know, it's not terrible in Fredericton and Edmundston. At least you got the double digits. Much cooler and below seasonal for Halifax, Charlottetown, Sydney, St. John's. This is below seasonal. You should be around 13, 14 degrees to start off the month of June. You will get there. We are going to see a rebound as we go throughout this week. This is a look at that sneaky little system. It may bring some extra cloud cover in Halifax today. It's not a big soaker by any means, but the timing with the air cooling through the overnight, going below freezing, and the moisture in the atmosphere, that's a look at it. The potential of that wet snow on the Avalon. So waking up into June. Yeah. Not a great way to start the month. As we look at Monday afternoon, only 2 degrees in St. John's. That's the daytime high. Don't love it. 18 in Fredericton, 18 in Edmundston. You will see a rebound in temperatures as we go throughout this week, so stick around for that local forecast. You'll be able to see it. Now, the thunderstorm risk up and down the St. Lawrence, we will see it today. This actually could bring a little bit of extra cloud cover into southeastern portions of Ontario, like Ottawa, for example. But you can see temperatures are just a little bit below seasonal. 18 for Montreal, 15 for Quebec City. Potential for some heavy downpours, some strong winds, maybe even some small hail. And we have been seeing that story throughout this week. Now, Ontario, one of the best forecasts in the country, in my opinion, sparkling along the Great Lakes. Cottage country is going to look gorgeous. And then take a look at this, the 7-day forecast. Things get even hotter and better if you are a summer lover. We will be going above seasonal as we head throughout this week. Now, one of our top weather stories today is this, the flooding rain that's coming into Alberta. And coming up next, we're going to be talking about sunscreen, baby or adult. When can you use it and why?
Spot a cool cloud or wildlife? Use hashtag #ShareYourWeather and share it with us.
For our blind and low vision viewers, the Weather Network offers regional audio description weather reports during our local forecast on the 10s.
At Wayfair, delivery and setup can be as easy as, well, doing nothing.
That was fast.
Room of choice delivery and fast expert setup.
Wayfair style, every home.
Is your garden trying to tell you something? Sunlight and water can't satisfy your garden's hunger, so feed them Miracle-Gro and see the difference. Satisfy your garden's hunger with Miracle-Gro.
The Subaru Uncharted, the EV for city wildlife. With charging this fast, you can stay on the move like the Wolfpack. The all-new, all-electric 2026 Subaru Uncharted.
Disabled people have been a part of the arts. We gravitate towards it.
We are AMI,
an inclusive broadcaster that informs, empowers, and entertains Canadians through authentic and accessible stories.
Watch on AMI TV or stream on AMIplus.ca.
It's Dollar Drink Summer at McDonald's. Get a small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax. All summer long. Dollar Drink Summer, only at McDonald's.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
After a night out with friends, you might find yourself at a ride check. Impaired driving is serious. It can mean losing your license, fines, a criminal record, even jail. Be a designated driver. Reduce impaired driving everywhere. Arrive alive. Drive sober.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Bathway, the tub cutting people. Visit bathway.ca.
The final day of May is upon us, and I know everybody is ready for June. June is officially a summer month. It is the start of meteorological summer, the start of Atlantic hurricane season, and I think the start where many Canadians say, okay, yes, we are into the hot, warm weather, or at least they can maybe see it in the 14-day trend. Now, I know sunscreen is probably back in your routine for June. Maybe you've put it in your kid's backpack every day and you're sending them off saying, make sure you reapply at lunchtime. Now, maybe you're sending them with baby sunscreen. Maybe you're sending them with adult sunscreen. What is the difference when you see kids marked on the bottle? I had a chance to talk to some dermatologists to weigh in on what really makes baby sunscreen.
There's actually nothing really different about baby sunscreen or kid sunscreen and adult sunscreen.
And that may be the only difference between these two products, the marketing.
A lot of those baby sunscreens tend to be mineral sunscreens, but again, the exact same thing may be in the adult aisle.
So instead of looking for words like baby or kid, dermatologists say you should watch for these things when buying sunscreen.
The wording you want to look for on the sunscreen is that it has SPF 30, or my preference would be an SPF 50, and it should say broad spectrum or UVA, UVB protection.
Another choice that parents are debating is chemical versus mineral. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, chemical sunscreen, this one works like a sponge, and it actually absorbs the sun's UV rays, where mineral sunscreen, well, this one, it works more like a shield, and it actually sits on the surface of the skin. So, which one's better?
Both a chemical-based sunscreen and a mineral-based sunscreen can both offer adequate protection against both UVB and UVA rays.
On the whole, any sunscreens that are approved in Canada are safe in terms of their ingredients.
People now are a bit afraid of chemicals and tend to prefer to use minerals on the skin to potentially avoid certain hazards, although again, those things are not necessarily clinically proven to be any more harmful.
Remember though, when it comes to a baby, the best method for sun protection is actually not sunscreen.
The better sun protection behavior for an infant is, for a baby, is sun avoidance, wearing proper clothes, keeping them out of the sun, etc.
And if you have to be in the sun, remember, creams marketed for adults are safe for child use. The best sunscreen for you is the one that you're actually going to use and reapply.
And look at the sunlight that is coming to a place like Oakville, for example, or Toronto, actually, I should say. The UV forecast 7677.